Hi, I don't tend to do product evaluations, so I'm not very practiced, so my apologies for not being very articulate in this perhaps. But I wanted to do a quick review of something that I didn't see a lot of reviews of on the web when I was looking around, and that's of the Atlas Air neck brace. It is September 2015. This is the 2015 model. It's a little bit different from previous ones, just the way the pads are kind of structured and some of the colors that are available. But this is the one that I'm reviewing. Real quick, what is the product and why would you be interested in this thing? Well, you probably already know why you're interested, or else you wouldn't be interested in doing this video. But a neck brace, what it does is it's designed for motorcycle use, probably bicycling would be great as well. For it to sit on your neck between your body and your helmet. And I'll put my gear on to show you exactly how it works. What it does then is that when the helmet is on your head, is that there's still free range of motion whenever you're riding. But if you were to get stuffed by coming off the bike and hitting the ground, if you don't have one of these neck braces, one of the criticisms about helmets that's been kind of out there for a while, it's largely debunked, but still it can happen, is that your head can thrash back and forth, forward and backwards to a pretty wide degree. And if you're dirt bike riding or enduro riding, dual sport riding in particular, you're subjecting yourself to a lot more risk of doing that because you're bouncing around on dirt. You're intentionally getting yourself into fun conditions, right? And if you do come off or lay the bike down, and you tend to regularly lay the bike down whenever you're out, doing the dirt style riding, it is more likely that you will end up hitting your head, or at least, the helmet will protect impact against your head, but doesn't protect the torque forces on your neck. This helps to reduce that range of motion and transfer that energy into the muscles around your chest and your neck and your back so that it doesn't hurt your neck as much. In my particular case, I have some messed up vertebrae that I need to have an operation on, and it's going to be a rather expensive one. It's going to be some extensive in terms of healing, but I still want to ride before and after then, and it just seems kind of silly for me to not protect my neck leading up to that and also then afterwards. It would be like buying a brand new car and not getting insurance on it, so I'm going to put money into my vertebrae, and then I want to be able to protect them even more. And so I was looking for a neck brace, and I saw the Liat braces, and the Liats are they're nice. They're built up a lot, and they reduce the range of motion of your helmet quite a bit. And I won't rule out maybe getting one of those in the future, but I wanted something that was a little lighter and was easier for me to carry around and use on the street as well as in the ADV and the dual sport rides that I go on. It's something not quite as maybe dirt bike oriented. So I found the Atlas at about half the price. This thing retails for $270, and you can get it for, almost like $50 less if you look and you catch the sales right, and then add another $15-20 for shipping, and it's golden. I mean, half the price of Liat. And what its design is, and you can look at all this online, and there's some other videos that are on the device itself, is that the pads are foldable, so you can lay this thing in your top case a little bit better. You can adjust the angle of these things with an Allen key. You can adjust the height. These are Velcroable on here. I've maxed them out because I want as much range restriction as possible. And that's it. That's the kind of flexibility that you have. And the thing's really light. It's only 1.3 pounds. Let me show you what it looks like with all my gear on. So if I've got just a typical jacket on, I've got a mesh. This is an air intake mesh jacket, and I also tend to wear a the Kathmandu adventure jacket. But if I've got this on, I've got some pads on my shoulders, and it kind of fills that out a little bit. And then I can press this red button on the back that opens up the center. I can put that around that way, and that works even with your helmet on, by the way, which is handy. I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm going to get my helmet on. And like a lot of people, my helmet also has a mount for my Bluetooth communicator, and I'll show you why that is important in a minute. So I've got my helmet on, and I've got my Liat on, or my Atlas rather, and I've got my jacket on, and you can see that I haven't put any straps on. This thing does come with straps that can hold it in a particular position on your body, I haven't found that I've needed to do that. But with this thing just kind of laying there, my range of motion going downwards is restricted just a teeny bit, but I can still see my maps and my GPS just fine. I can tilt my head to the sides okay. Less so in this way because of the Bluetooth communicator's mount, the way that mount is on there. So I can't tilt to the left quite as much as I can to the right, but honestly it doesn't matter to me. Tilting backwards, I still have full range of motion going backwards. I wish that it actually limited me a little bit in that way, which it doesn't. So that would be a minus strike for the Atlas and a plus strike for the Liat, for example. But I also like how if I'm getting stuffed, if I'm hitting something, I'm getting stuffed, some of that energy is being transferred into the brace and into my shoulders then. What's cool is that I can go out and I can ride with my friends, and I've got this extra kind of level of protection there. And if we pull up to a gas station and need to top off, and when you're riding a DR650, you need to top off kind of regularly, and go, grab a juice or whatever, the first thing I can do if I want is I can pull this brace off like that, and I can stick it on a mirror, and then pull my helmet off, or if we're just kind of talking with folks. And the cool thing is that what I often do is I'll take my brace off, take my helmet off, I'll go into the store, get an orange juice, I'll come back out, and if I remember to get my earplugs in and I get my helmet on, I look down at my braces and I'm like, crap, I forgot to put that on. No big deal. Again, you just go ahead and grab the red button, open it up, stick it around, click it on, and go ride. So I like that feature where it's got a quick disconnect on it as well. So that's what it looks like when it's on. And that's why you might want to have one, and that's kind of the function. Again, I love how light it is. I think the Liat would probably be a better purchase if you want even more range restriction. Like I said, is that it doesn't restrict my head movement back as much as I would want. I kind of like the Liat's profile of it being up like that. But everything else about it I really, really like, and at a great price point. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, leave me comments and I'll be glad to answer them. If you're looking at them and considering them, geez, I don't think that you can do much better for the price than this Atlas. And it doesn't impede my riding, my street riding at all. Nobody makes fun of me, not that I really give a shit anyway, but this hasn't been an impediment in any way, shape, or form. And I've gone on a few enduro rides with it. So hopefully that's helpful. Have a great day.